Hello, we are going to look at this new facility that we've created over the last week with the schema team. We are looking at a facility to generate many objects very quickly. So you see here, we have the Cockroach demo with some tables here, and the new facility will give us so let's put the CRDB internal into our search path. And then it looks like this. Generate test objects. And then we specify some base name. And all this needs to be JSON. We are going to disable an option that I will explain in a bit. So our test objects are generated. If we go and navigate to DB console on the database, we will see that the facility has created multiple tables automatically based on the namings that we have selected here. And each of them uses a very simple schema that is only for this test. We're going to come back to that in a second. This facility here is also integrated into demo in a more powerful fashion with this argument, expand schema. Let's say we want 1,000 descriptors. And then we're also going to disable the noise like I've done earlier, because we are going to talk about that in a bit afterwards. So now this is going to expand the schema in the background, and the way that it does so is to generate additional copies of the database with tables that look like the original tables in the mover schema. The tables are otherwise not modified in this test. So what you see here is that the expand schema flag has multiplied the workload schema, which is mover in this case, to generate 1,000 additional descriptors. So that is going to be about 10 databases with 100 tables each. So that's the overall facility, and so the underlying mechanism is a program, is a function that is called generate objects, generate test objects. And if you don't specify any argument or like use the default configuration, it will generate tables with names that are randomized, including names containing special characters. If you run it multiple times, it will generate more test tables with more random characters. And we can customize this behavior. So one function is counts. For example, you can generate 1,000 tables at a time. And so we started with 20, and now we have 1,020. And again, you see the table names are generated with random names. It's also possible to generate multiple databases. So I can say I want mydb.myschema.mytable, and then you can have multiple counts here. And then each of the databases here will also contain random tables and random schemas. And that we get us a very large schema. And so if I start again from an empty cluster, this facility, once enabled, I can quickly generate, say, so this is one schema, 10,000 objects in one go. Search as will give us in 600 milliseconds 10,000 objects over 10 databases. So that's the facility in a nutshell. So you see here it generates identifiers with special characters. That is the feature. We want to exercise our different functions with all the gamut of identifiers, SQL identifiers that are valid. And so these special characters are in fact valid. So I can say use my DB8 double quote. That's a way to quote it. And then the schemas here are here. So show tables from my schema 1. And you see you have many different tables. But what's more interesting is that if you go to the Cockroach demo and you start to navigate, you see that there are quite a few display problems for database names that contain special characters. And so we are going to need to work on this because there are quite a few bugs in the admin UI that are displayed, that are triggered when these characters are present in the identifiers. And it is the same here. Some of the table names can be displayed properly, but some of the others are corrupted. And then there is also a warning here that says that there were errors retrieving data. So all this will be bug reports, and we will be able to investigate all this. And so the function is also has an online help. If you want to discover how to use it, the online help will give you the different parameters that you can use. Of special interest, you can use it to copy an existing set of tables when the generation is happening, and that is what the demo expand schema option does under the hood. And these are all the name generation option, including the noise options that I was using earlier to disable the special characters for the first test. So that's all, folk. Have fun with this. I hope that you will file a lot of bug reports and that we will use this to make CockroachDB 23.1 much better with large schemas and with names that contain special characters. Have a great day.